I just don't remember because I'm so tired and life has been crazy. So, I wanted to come back with a story time because it has been way too long. And I hope I can give you some good tingles throughout this video. Yeah. So, without further ado, let us get into this little story time. So, let me explain what has been going on for the past few months. I'm gonna say it's been about 2 months at my job. Well, 2 months that this has been going on. I've been working at my job for about 4 now, since the end of June. I work at a liquor store, and it is, well, really crazy. The people are crazy, the people are smelly, the people are, well, there are a lot of things, and it's really hard to be charismatic with people who just want their liquor. So, I have a hard time, but there are a few people out there who are just so sweet. Like this one lady, she actually inspired me to do this video again tonight. I love her to death. I don't even know her name. That is the saddest part. I've known this lady for months, and she has just been the kindest, most sweetest person I've ever met in my entire life. And I'm actually about to start tearing up because she is so sweet. When I learn her name, I will let you guys know. Well, actually, I shouldn't do that, but I will let myself know that I know her name. So, about my story. So, a little background information before I get into it. There is this lady. She is very old. I'm going to say about 65, and she looks very rough for her age. The first time I had met her was about 3 months ago, and she had came in while I was working with my old manager. She is still very miserable. So, he starts drinking the shots. I'm like, you cannot drink these shots in the store. And he goes, don't tell me what to do. He said the F word. And I was like, okay. I didn't mean it like that, but whatever. And then he starts talking to me about if I'm into punk music. And no. Oh my goodness, this is the worst time for birds to show up. Why? It is literally like 12 o'clock in the morning. Like, go to bed. So, give me 1 second, I'm going to go scare these birds away. So, anyways, back to my story. So he asked me what genres, or something. I said punk. He told me that he listens to punk. That's cool, great. And I told him that I really like the band, The Distillers. My favorite punk band. I listened to them all the time when I was a little edgy freshman in high school. Oh my god, I can't even think about that time. But he goes, oh yeah, I know them. They used to buy trigger warning. They used to buy cocaine and stuff like that in New York City. I was like, oh yeah, I know that, but the lead singer and like everybody else in the band doesn't do coke anymore because they like have families and stuff or whatever. He goes, oh yeah, I know that too. I was like, okay. So he goes, I can hook you up with like free tickets. And I was like, oh my god, really? So me being stupid, I gave this guy my phone number. Needless to say, my manager was right there watching the whole thing go down, and he was like, why on earth did you give him your phone number? And I was like, because he's gonna give me free concert tickets. Oh my god. Like, somebody's shaking their head at me right now, I can tell you that. And I am embarrassed for that. But I gave this guy my phone number. So I get home and I get a text message from this guy. I don't remember his name. I think his name was Mike or something. Whatever. So I get a message and he's saying, hey, it's that rocker guy from the liquor store. What's up? I said, nothing much. And then he goes, where you at? I said, I'm at a friend's house. Because I didn't want him to know that I was home. I got scared. And then he goes, oh, will you be home or something? And I said, no, like I'm at a party. I was at a party. But, he goes, oh, cool. You gay? And I was like, what? another 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, he comes in again. He is back to his old shenanigans, and he is taking shots in the store. Now, around this time, my owner was coming in every single day because he wanted to fix up her store because it wasn't up to par after my old manager had left. So this man comes in again, right? My owner's there, and he decides to take another shot in the store. So my owner had overheard one of my coworkers telling him not to take the shot because the owner's in the store and he will get kicked out or arrested, stuff like that. Because that is like highly illegal. You cannot do that. And he also did not pay for them either. So my owner goes up to him and is like, you cannot come back in here. We're not serving you ever again. Don't come in here. Okay, cool. He leaves for 2 days. 2 days later, he comes back in. He harasses us again. He does the same thing. And now, this is the part of the story where things start to rise. He comes in. Oh my god. He comes in and he starts. This was like at 9 in the morning, by the way. 9 in the morning, I was opening with my manager. I look at him and he looks at me, and he quickly looks at my manager because he knows like I do not like him at all. And he goes, "Hey, do you guys want to buy do you guys want to buy a $300 iPhone 13? It's the newest one. Like this works. Like it's a great phone. Something he's basically trying to sell it to us." I'm like, dude, what are you saying? You sound dumb. Like, why? How'd you even get this phone, right? So it was definitely stolen. Like, this man could never pull off a hustle like that. I'm 19. Like, I don't even know anything about that stuff. So my manager is like, no, I'm kind of happy with the phone I have. Like, I really do not want your phone. So, I mean, somebody else might want to buy it. He doesn't even offer to sell me the phone, so I was kind of hurt in a way. I was like, why am I just not good enough? So, he leaves the store, and I'm talking to my manager. I'm like, what the hell? What is wrong with this guy, right? He comes in, he buys 2 shots, and then he actually bought them this time, surprisingly. And then he starts trying to sell the phone again to me. What is the point? So then he starts trying to sell the phone to my manager again. And I'm like, okay, dude, like, I was about to tell him to go, and then he starts walking out, so whatever, he leaves. He comes back in a 3rd time, and he goes, "Hey, can any of you, like, order me an Uber? My phone's not working." I was like, what? Like, is there something, like, just not, like, clicking up here? Like, what is wrong with you? I could not, like, I could not deal with this today. It was 9 o'clock in the morning. It was way too early for this BS. I was working a 10-hour shift that day. I was not in the mood, especially for him. So, he, what did I do? Oh yeah. The next time he comes in, he is doing the same BS. He is constantly, I almost cursed. I'm not going to. He is constantly buying the shots or stealing. And I shots for a $30 pair of Bluetooth wireless earbuds. Jeez. So it's like 12 in the morning, so give me some break. Give me, I can't English. So, he comes in, right? He leaves. He comes back in, and then, my favorite customer from the beginning of this story, which I said she is so sweet and she inspired me to do this video today. She came in with her husband, and I was like, oh my god, like, hey girl, like, what's up? And we're talking, and the guy comes back in, and then he's like gone at this point. He tries selling the earbuds to my favorite customer, and I'm like, dude, like, what? And then he starts talking about my shirt. I got my shirt from Forever 21. It said, we run these streets, and it had a whole bunch of animals on it. I thought it was really cute. And, he goes, you ain't run no streets, like, I ran the streets, like, you run the streets of Jersey. I was like, what? Like, that does not make any sense. Like, you're telling me I don't run the street. Whatever. So, one of my coworkers comes to the front and, standing in front of him, behind the counter. And he, is like, let me get some more shots. And my coworker looks at me. I'm not really in charge, but I'm not in charge, but like, I kind of have like final say. And he looks at me and goes, it's your call. I said, no. And then he goes, you heard him. And then he goes, come on, really? And then he was like, yep, get out. So he left. And then he came back in. About 2 minutes later, I was like, oh my god. So I run to the back. I'm like, he looks pissed. And I heard his voice, like, as he started talking. I go, I need help at the front now. So two of my coworkers went to the front with me. And he goes, I'm gonna quote this. Ready for this? I'm gonna get into character. I want to be an actor one day. So he goes, I feel very disrespected that you guys even want me to leave this store. I literally looked at this man dead in the eye and was like, I didn't say anything, because if I did, I would have cursed him off, but that's not allowed. So he basically starts saying like how he feels disrespected and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. And my coworkers are like, oh, well, you have done this, and this repeatedly in our store, and you are not allowed to do that because we can get in big trouble, and you also steal from us and stuff. You harass our customers, you harass us multiple times, and it's just like, we cannot have that here. And he goes, okay, but who's telling you to do this? Who's your boss? And we tell him our boss. We like tell him like who our owner is. And he goes, okay, I get you guys are trying to be good workers, but don't be a suck up. Why are you guys being a suck up to your boss? And we're like that's like, who says something like that? Like, I don't understand. Like, if you are working and you see a person who is obviously like just causing like a commotion and stuff like that, like, why would you put up with that? That's just common human decency to get that person out so nobody else has to deal with that highly annoying person. Sorry if I'm talking in circles right now. So one of my coworkers, I'm gonna call him JJ. JJ is like on the brink of cursing this man off, as all of us were, anyways. But so as they're talking to him, he goes, "Oh, looks like I had a nerve when I said that." And then JJ goes off on this man. He goes, "Okay, listen, you have 2 seconds to walk out that door, or else we're gonna call the police. Because if you do not walk just